Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, lots of news about Norwegian Cruise Line in the news today as they announce a new ship, they announce the next ship, they have cancellations, and they have work going on during a cruise. Lots to cover with NCL, as well as a new item has now prohibited, just recently showed up on the banned list for Royal Caribbean. And it's something I travel with, and I bet you I'd say probably the majority of cruisers travel with. First off, let's talk about some of the things coming up on NCL. We currently have the NCL Prima, and she just announced that she's making some changes. They're taking away the bar, the fast lane bar, during one of her sailings, and they're turning it into a teen club, basically, a teen hangout spot. It's right near where the drop slide is, it's right near the mini putt, it's right near the go-karts. It's in a very good spot to have a teen club. It's going to be called Entourage, and it's going to be for 13 to 18-year-olds, and it will be free of charge. You will have to have a VIP bracelet to get into the area, but it is free of charge as well, and it's in a good location, and the Speedway bar really isn't a prime location for people to hang out with very often neither. So they are saying that they are going to be making the changes, but they're going to be making these changes during a cruise, and on 2 of those days, some of those places like the mini putt and that will be closed during a time. Now, one day is in port, not a big deal, but one of them was a sea day, and some people are a little upset with that they're choosing to do that on a sea day, but they're getting the work done. It's not major work that needs to be done in a dry dock, so they're getting it ready there. Now, speaking of other changes on the Prima, let's get that one out of the way. The transatlantic going from New York to Southampton was supposed to have 7 ports of call on a 14-day cruise. That's every second day kind of thing. That's a pretty good ratio of how many, my next transatlantic is 16 days and I have 4 ports of call. So that's a very port intensive call. Well, not anymore. Norwegian Cruise Line has just sent out a message to passengers who are booked on that sailing that they are no longer going up to St. Pierre off the coast in Canada, and they're not going to St. John anymore, leaving the only stop in the first 6 days, a port stop in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And they are citing fuel efficiencies. They have made this change for optimal guest experience and fuel efficiency as they embrace climate change and do their best to cut down on greenhouse emissions, etc. Now, they have said that they are going to have longer hours in Halifax, and they are going to have longer hours when they get to Iceland. So that's a good thing for passengers there. However, it doesn't cost anything for the cruise line to have longer time in ports compared to the amount of fuel costs that it would cost to travel to 2 different other destinations before cutting across and heading up into Iceland. So it is based on fuel efficiency, probably a lot more than guest experience, I'd say. Now, Norwegian has some exciting news for any NCL fans out there because they've invited a bunch of people down to the shipyard to see the brand new Aqua and the progress that it's making for her debut. Well, Tony is down there. I think he actually flies back today, and he got to go down and experience that in the shipyard and take a look at it and learn about what's happening on that ship. It looks really, really nice. Of course, the Prima class does look like a beautiful ship, absolutely. And one thing, they did talk about the brand new show that they're going to be creating for the Aqua ship, and their big headline show is going to be a Prince show, a tribute to Prince. Much like on the Prima, they have the Donna Summer show tribute on there. Now, to be honest, these usually aren't my cup of tea, if you will. If I go, and I'm going to explain the difference between what they're doing and the reason I don't normally go to these kind of shows. First off, if I hear it's a tribute to anybody, right? This is a tribute to Lady Gaga on the ship, or a tribute to Celine Dion. I might like a couple songs, but I'm not necessarily a big enough fan to want to sit there for 55 minutes and just see a singer up on stage with maybe a band in the background. That being said, these shows are tribute shows with full Broadway show cast. So there's lots of dancing and production numbers going on, which would make this far more interesting to me than just a single singer up on stage doing a tribute and talking about the life of the singer. Especially if you, like, I will go and see my friend who's an Elvis impersonator. I'll go see him every night if I could, because I know all Elvis songs and I appreciate the Elvis musicals, and that's a singer I grew up with, and thanks to my sister that I know. I can tell you right now, I know for Prince, I know Little Red Corvette and Purple Rain, and that's about it. I don't know, I might know other songs, but off the top of my head, those are them for me, right? Same with Donna Summers, I'll know the odd song. So I need that Broadway production to entice me to go see this. I still miss the big Broadway musicals though. I still miss seeing, you know, all the good ones that they had, like Kinky Boots and Six, and those, Burn the Floor. I really like those big Broadway show productions, and these are tribute shows. I haven't seen one yet, so I'm not going to say I wouldn't enjoy it. I'm just saying that it seems to be a trend now that that's where they're going for these new ships. We'll see what kind of show that they bring out as the headline show for their next ship. NCL also took this time to announce, while people were down looking at the Aqua, their next ship that is debuting in April of 2026, and that is the NCL Luna, another Prima Plus class cruise ship, and I'm curious to start hearing about what kind of entertainment they're going to have on board that ship as well, and see if this trend continues of having specific performers being the tribute in the show. Because you got to admit, Donna Summers, pretty specific audience. Disco, right? Prince, pretty specific audience. So I'm curious to see who they might have next. We'll have to wait and see for that. And finally, I have a prohibited item from Royal Caribbean Cruise Line that many people, including myself, probably take on their cruises. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. You want to keep up to date with everything going on in cruising, from the new ships coming online like the Aqua and the newly announced Luna from NCL, to banned items that I'm about to talk to you about from Royal Caribbean that you think probably is an okay item to bring on board, because I do, and now I'm being told that I can't. It doesn't cost anything, but it really does help the channel out when you hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, leave a like button if you like the video, and again, I really do appreciate it. Okay. Just a couple weeks ago, Royal Caribbean updated their banned items, and on that, most people would know that a surge protector power bar, that's banned, you can't bring that. They also added now extension cords, even ones without a surge protector, which would mean even your power bar without a surge protector is now banned. If your extension cord is banned, that power bar is now banned. But they also went specific to say multi-plug outlets. Those plugs that you would plug into a single outlet and might have 2 or 3 USB on it, or 2 or 3 other plugs, so you can use the outlet to charge your phone, charge your tablet, charge your laptop, etc., all at the same time. Especially if you're like 3 people in a cabin, that's 3 cell phones, possibly 2 computers, you see where I'm coming from. And not all cruise ships have a ton of plugs. I just came off the Caribbean Princess, and there were hardly any plugs in the stateroom. And if I didn't have my extension cord, I would have been up the creek without a paddle in a lot of cases. So yes, especially the older ships on Royal Caribbean, there's not a lot of outlets, but they've now listed this under possible fire item, and it is now specifically banned. So don't be surprised if you're bringing along a multi-outlet to plug into the wall so you can charge 2 of your phones at the same time. They might just turn around and confiscate it while getting on board. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Obviously, the reason is if you plug, if some people bring great big ones that might have like 12 things plugged into it, 5 USB and 5, new plugs on the bottom. Well, if it's not designed to handle that much power all at once, it could heat up and spark a fire, etc. That's the reason it's banned. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. Do you think this is a legitimate thing that should be banned? Do you say, hey, unless you've got enough plugs in your stateroom, I need some plugs. You got to catch up to modern technology, and your 30-year-old cruise ships need to have more plugs in them. Let me know in the comments down below, and until next time, I hope you liked this video. You did? Please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.